Hello everyone, and welcome to a video that is way overdue as usual. I'm going to be finally ranking the books that I read in 2021. Now keep in mind, it has been a while since I've read any of these, so if I don't go too in depth with any of them, then my apologies, but I don't really want to, I don't feel the need to reread all of them for this video. Maybe, I realize that, I may sound like I'm just being lazy, but there's other graphic novels that I want to read, and just other things in general that I want to get to, rather than reread all these books that I've read. So I'm just going to be giving you a lot of these are basically going to be speed rounds, just saying my main point about the book and then moving on. So yeah, there's a total of 12 books, so let's get right into all the books I read in 2021 ranked. So at the very bottom of the list is Raleigh Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Spooky Stories. I really did not like this book. And it's probably the most disappointing book I've read this year. And it's because I was actually genuinely interested in the book. And for two real reasons. One, I really liked the last book, Awesome Friendly Adventure. I thought that was a really funny parody of the fantasy genre. And when I heard this book was going to be about the horror genre, I got really excited. I was like, wow, this is going to be really fun to read. It's going to be hopefully a really funny parody of the horror genre. But it was not. And yeah, I don't think I laughed at this thing. I don't really laugh out loud normally when I read books, but I didn't find any of the jokes funny in the slightest. I thought it was very lazy, and it just wasn't very good. It was a huge disappointment. I would not recommend it. So yeah, we are 3 books into the Raleigh Jefferson series, and there's only one good one. So it's not really a good track record so far, but yeah. Okay, so these next 2 books are going to be some of the speed rounds that I was talking about, because I really do not have very little to say about them. And it's the Babysitter's Little Sister books, both one after another. So at number 11 is Karen's Worst Day. And yeah, this was just a very basic, graphic novel. And like I said, I like the style. I really enjoy the art style. I think it's really fun. And I just think that these 2 books didn't do anything this year. I thought that the first book is still the best, Karen's Witch, just because I think that's just such a wacky concept. And so far, none of the sequels have been able to even come close to topping the original. And that's saying a lot, because the original it doesn't take that much to top it. I mean, I don't think it's a very great book. But yeah, but Karen's Worst Day was just kind of basic. It's just Karen running into these situations where her favorite ice cream flavor is unavailable or something like that. So it's just it's a lot of that, just her running into having bad luck throughout the day. And yeah, so there's nothing really to say about this. The other one is Karen's Kitty Cat Club. Now, there's one simple reason why this is better than the third book, and it's because I just found a couple of the jokes to actually be funny. I think that the idea of Karen starting her own kind of club, like the Babysitter's Club, is a good idea. It led to some funny moments. That's all I'll say. At number 9 is another very disappointing book, Sunny Makes a Splash. Now, if you guys have seen my other reviews of the Sunny books, you know that I really like the first 3 Sunny books. I think they're extremely well written. And this book did not even come close to being as good as any of the first three books. The plot is about Sunny getting older and wanting to, be more independent, and her mom is a little too overprotective, and that's basically the main dilemma in this book, is that, the relationship between Sunny and her mom is not great, and Sunny's trying to branch out. She gets a job at the snack bar at an outdoor pool, and her mom doesn't really approve of that. And I just think that the main reason why I did not like this book is because the main dilemma, as I said, the relationship between her and her mom, is never resolved. I sat there, near the end of the book. I was just kind of like, okay, are they gonna is anything gonna happen? Like, the majority of the book is just Sunny at the snack bar, hanging out with friends and just talking, and I felt that, I kept on waiting for them to resolve the dilemma, and it just never happens. So I just found that really bizarre. The book just kind of ends abruptly. There's no real warning in the story. Like, if you were reading this in as a Kindle version, where it's not as easy to tell how many pages are left, you'd be it'd be a very sudden ending. Like, all of a sudden the book would just end. I just felt like that was very bizarre, and yeah, it was pretty disappointing. Now get ready for a very bizarre tonal shift, because the next book is the novelization of Halloween Kills. Yeah, very different from the other books on this list, obviously. But yeah, this is just very average. There's not much to say about it. It's just the novelization of the movie. If you've seen my review of the movie, then that's basically what I thought about the novelization. There's a few differences here and there, but other than that, it's just the novelization. It's pretty much it. It's very average. At number 7 is the newest Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, Big Shot. This was probably the most average book on this list. It's in the middle of the list, so that should kind of tell you. But yeah, I thought there was nothing really special about this book. I didn't really expect much when I first heard about the idea of this book being about Greg trying out for sports. I was like, okay. I mean, it could be good. There's always a chance that it could be really good. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I was not very excited for this book. Most of the book is just some unfunny jokes about Greg being bad at sports. Haha, Greg sucks at sports. Isn't that funny? Yeah, it's pretty lame. Number 6 is the newest book in the Click series, or whatever series it's I really don't know what to refer to it as, so I'll just refer to it as the first book's title, Click. But it's Clash by Kayla Miller. Yeah, this book was not as good as Act. As you guys know, I really enjoyed Act, and I was hoping this would be on the same level of quality, but it was not. It's about, I think you can basically tell from the cover, but the plot is about this new girl, and she doesn't like Olivia, and Olivia doesn't like her, and it's basically like this kind of rival. It's basically like they're rivals. They eventually learn to work their relationship out, and that's pretty much it. It's just about these two characters trying to get along. One's a very popular girl, and one's, not as popular, but still kind of outgoing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It was very basic. There's not really anything that was unique to it. All right, now number 5 and number 4 are both the BSC books that came out this year in the main series, book 9 and book 10. So the first one is book 10. Book 10 is number 5, Christy and the Snogs. And these books kind of can be interchangeable. There's not really a huge gap in quality, I felt. they're both pretty much on the same level of quality. I preferred book 9 just a little bit more, but I'll get to that. But book 10 is about these people who are not really, don't really like Christy, and are kind of very, very rude and, you know, snobby, like the title implies. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought that the book was enjoyable. You know, it's not one of the best BSC books, but it's not one of the worst. So then, like I said, Claudia and the New Girl is number 4. And, you know, I related to this one a little bit more because this is about Claudia making a new friend, and that friend is kind of controlling, you know, very, I don't know if jealous is the right word, but it's very like, you know, you have to do this because I want to do it. And I had a friend like that when I was little, so I can definitely, you know, understand Claudia's frustration with this girl. And yeah, that's really the only reason why it's above book 10. I really like the art style. It's really fun. A lot of the BSC books have really fun art styles. At number 3 is a book that I really was not expecting to like at all. I wasn't gonna say I thought it was gonna be terrible, but you know, it probably was the most surprising book this year, and it is Besties Working Out. This is a spin-off of the Click series. It's about these two friends who are trying to learn pretty much the value of responsibility, and I just really thought that was, you know, it's a good message. You learn in the beginning that one of the friends wants to be responsible and is trying their best to, you know, start to be more grown up, and the other one is still kind of in a kiddie phase, and but by the end of the book, they both learn what true responsibility means. I know it sounds really cheesy, and it's like very, you know, it sounds like a very kiddie type book, but I really enjoyed it. It's way better than I'm making it sound. There is a second book coming out, and yeah, I'm okay with that because, like, this book was pretty good. At number 2 is the newest Emmy and Friends book, Truly Tyler. Now, again, it's been a really long time since I read this. I only read it once, so I'm not really, I don't really remember all of it, but from what I can remember, it's basically about, you know, Tyler. Yeah, it's told from the perspective of Tyler, and what's really unique is that, you know, you don't normally get middle school stories that are told from the perspective of a character that's a bit of a bully. You know, it's obviously, normally it's the other way around. But yeah, even though this does have a lot of ideas that have been used in middle school stories, with graphic levels, you know, a lot, but that is something unique about this book. But yeah, but I remember really liking this book. It was really well written, and I don't think it's as good as the first 3 Emmy and Friends books, but I think it was better than Becoming Brianna. And number 1, my favorite book of 2021 is Friends Forever. Now, obviously, if you guys seen my other ranking videos, you know that I thought Best Friends was the best book of 2019, and I think that Real Friends was the best book of 2017. And yeah, it's no different here. You know, the third book is the best book of 2021. Yeah, this trilogy, I don't know if it's just going to be a trilogy or if there's going to be more books in the series, but I really, really like these books. Real Friends is my favorite book of all time, so that should tell you how much I like these books. But yeah, Friends Forever, obviously, you know, if you read the cover, it says 8th grade, it's complicated, you know, and when I first read that, I was like, oh, like, I actually did have some doubts. Like, I was kind of thinking that it might be just like have all the cliches of middle school books that I've read over and over again. but I'm happy to say that it's not. It actually, the reason why I like this book so much is because it doesn't just do the same old middle school stuff that you read about in graphic novels all the time. Like, it actually does bring some new ideas to the table and actually has some adult themes, which I was very surprised by. And honestly, this is the only book that I read this year that I would genuinely recommend to everyone. Like, the rest of the books, obviously I enjoyed a lot of them, but they're not really amazing, great books. Overall, I'd say this year, in terms of the graphic novels I read, it hasn't been very good. But this book is really good, and I would absolutely recommend it. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, that's about it. Again, I'm really sorry if you wanted me to go more in depth with these books, but it's been a really long time since I read them, so obviously I don't really remember a lot of the more in-depth things about the book. Sorry that this video took so long. I think I said it would be done by February at the latest, and it's halfway through March now. So yeah, but I am really close to being done school, so I will hopefully have a lot more time to dedicate to making videos. I wanted to get this video out of the way first. There's a lot of videos I have planned. So yeah, look out for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.